Good day, everyone, and welcome to Aloft. So, as part of Steam Next Fest, we're continuing to look at more demos, and this was a game that caught my attention, and I'm going to be honest, I was kind of really intrigued by it. Basically, Aloft is a survival crafting game where you're on a bunch of sky islands. And, well, those sky islands, you can actually fly. Yeah, you can actually fly a sky island, which is pretty cool in concept there. Whatever island you see, you can actually fly that through this, wild blue yonder, although it's pretty cloudy, especially since there's a storm brewing there. But, yeah, not only can you, take any island that you want there pretty much and turn it into your own personal flying island, you can do it with up to 7 of your friends. Which, 8-player co-op. That's pretty impressive right there. So we're going to take a look at it today. I don't actually have 7 friends to join me here, so it's just going to be me. Anyways, let's go ahead and start the game here. I already created my character. We're not going to go into the character customization for the sake of time, so let's get to it, because there's a lot to go through here with this game. So we're going to hit Create New Map. We're going to just call it Demo. Actually, let's call it Solo Demo, because maybe Josh, and Kat will join me for this. Who knows? And if we take a look at the settings here, you have the option of doing creative mode or peaceful mode. We're not going to do any of that stuff. Now, we want the full experience here, so let's hit Create Map. Okay, so here we are in the game. Now, a couple things that have to be said. First of all, this is a demo, so it's really poorly optimized. Even with pretty good spec hardware, you're probably not going to see too high of frames in this game, so be prepared for that. Still, it's passable, especially for a demo, and I'm sure when it comes to being released, which they're expecting to release some form of the game, whether that be early access or the full-fledged game, somewhere, I believe it's around Q3 of this year. So with that out of the way, there's your release date. The other thing that I need to say is that the introduction has some bugs with it, and it could be confusing. If you don't know what you're doing, this could be confusing. There's actually been some complaints about this, in addition to the fact that it bugs out if you aren't careful. So, fair warning on that. I'm going to go through it here, and I'm going to try not to bug it out. I know what causes the bug here, in fact, but let's try and follow along with it here. So, it's basically our tutorial/quest thing here. Starts with the introduction there at the top. It says, Introduction, find and gather wood. Tips can be disabled in the options. Basically, that is your help there. Unfortunately, it doesn't exactly tell you what classifies as wood. You might say, oh, well, here's some wood. Oh, this isn't wood. This is not wood, not wood, not wood, not wood, not wood. I feel like I'm surrounded by wood, but none of it is wood. This isn't wood. But this is. This is the wood you're looking for. And the second you gather one, it's going to say, okay, congratulations, you're good to go. You picked up some wood. Nah, you're going to need to gather more. The next thing it's going to tell you, though, is to interact with your first knowledge stone. If you don't know what a knowledge stone is, this is very confusing. I mean, if you don't want tips and you want to be able to figure it out for yourself, you can disable tips in the options. But if you're new to the game and you need a little bit of guidance here, which most new players are going to need some guidance, I'm going to be honest, they need to work on this because it's not very good. It's not very clear. So let's go ahead and just gather some wood as we go, because we're going to need wood for a few things we're going to do in this. So you actually need to leave the cave. The first knowledge stone is not inside the cave here. And I'm trying to remember where all the wood is in this starting area here. But if you don't know that you gotta leave the cave at this point, it should say something like, leave the cave and look for the first, look for a knowledge stone. That would be much better guidelines, because you're likely to spend some time looking in the cave for that. And specifically, while picking up this wood and looking for other resources, you're gonna come across this abandoned chest here. And you're going to say, ooh, I wonder what's inside. Do not open the chest. Back away from the chest. Gather the wood in front of it, but do not open the chest, because that's what's causing the bug right now. Alright, if you open the chest, it's going to think you interacted with the knowledge stone. And then the next bit will be incredibly confusing. So let's go ahead and leave the cave. Look at this. Look at the world. We're here. We're out of the cave. It's beautiful. And there's our first knowledge stone. Clearly, you know, because there's a giant arrow saying, hey, come here to the first knowledge stone. Yeah, there's no such thing. As I said, I'm going to be a little bit critical of this because, you know, this is not my first attempt at recording this, in fact. I went to record it, you know, doing what might be considered a blind playthrough. I'm not a big fan of that there, without any knowledge. But it went horribly wrong because I bugged out the, you know, the quest bug and all that. So what you want to do is you want to come over here. You want to interact. I recommend you hold shift to sprint across that there. You can make it without, but probably want to sprint it. This here is a knowledge stone. And when you hover over it, it's going to say that our most valuable resource, creativity, was truly limitless. And we're going to go ahead and hold E to learn here. And look at this. We've got instructions here written on this stone on how to build a workbench. And of course, the next thing it's going to tell us to do is to build a workbench. Alright. Whoop. So let's go ahead and come down here. And I hope you gathered as much wood as you could there, because you're going to need that. So you're going to want to hit B there to pull it up here. I mean, at least this one says, build a workbench using the building menu. Well, hit B for the building menu. And if you go into machinery, here we have the workbench. So let's go ahead and place the workbench here. You can use Q and E to rotate it. So let's just, you know, get nice and square here. Boom, there we go. That's good. It's going to take 5 wood. So we've got 1 wood left. Then go ahead and just hit escape to get out of the build menu. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, you can use B to return to the parts menu here if you so choose as well. But escape to get out of that. Next, it's going to tell you to find and pick up some small stones. Wow, did you see that shrink there? Okay, that was weird. Haven't seen that happen in the game. So you might be looking around. What the heck's a small stone look like? All I have is a field of flowers. Well, you can find some small stones if you... I find that, honestly, you gotta go a little ways away here to find the small stones. But there's some over here. So these are what the small stones look like, so go ahead and gather them. And also, while you're here, if you look up over here, you'll actually find another knowledge stone, so you'll want to grab that at some point. But for now, we're just going to ignore that. There's some more stones over here. I recommend you grab a couple. If you have 4 or 6 stones, that's probably a good starting point there. So let's head on back to the crafting table there. This is also a good opportunity to show you where else you can find some wood. If you look at trees, you'll find there's like this stick here. Yeah, go ahead and gather that. That counts as wood there. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you can go up to these smaller trees like this one right here and hit gather on that. That gave us both a sturdy fir seed, some wood, as well as some leaves. Alright, and leaves will be valuable later, so I'm just going to gather some more wood and some more of those. Oh look, more rocks. So yeah, you can just head over to this area and you can get the stuff you need there. Okay, so now that we're back in the crafting station here, you'll notice that it's now telling us to create a sharp stone on the workbench. So to create a sharp stone, you kind of got to just do some guessing here in a sense. So basically, the way crafting works is you got to discover what combining different things does. So, for example, what would happen if I take 1 wood and 1 stone and put them together? Oh, look, a new recipe. Let's learn it. Oh, look, I learned how to make a hammer. Okay, that's useful. But look, it didn't actually consume the stuff, so I can just put those right back in there. Well, what happens if I take a leaf and say, you know, okay, I guess we need 3 leaves for this. Well, we can go ahead and hit learn here. Oh, look, we learned to make leaf cloth. And once again, of course, it's not going to have consumed it. But let's go ahead and take, oh, I don't know, let's bash some rocks together and see what happens. Oh, look, we made a sharp stone. This is what it wants us to make. I'm going to tell you right now, make 2 of these, all right? Because the next thing it's going to tell us to do craft a pickaxe using the workbench. So again, we're going to go in here, and we got to figure out with this new resource here, what can we make with it? So if I add one of those in, what else can I add? Well, I can actually add a second one of those in there. Alright, still hasn't created anything. Well, what if I take one of those and a thing of wood there? Oh, that's going to make something. Let's learn a new recipe. Oh, look, a stone axe. Alright, well, that's not a pickaxe. So what if we add another sharp piece in there? Well, that's a new recipe. And boom, we got a stone pickaxe. And I should add, order does not matter. You can do this in whatever order you want. This is also valid. Alternatively, if you don't want to add the stuff in there like that, what you can do is you can go over to here. And this is recipes for gear you have learned. This here is recipe for other resources that you have done. So if you need to make more of these, you can go in here and just click it. And it will add it if you have it. Or you can, and so that's what we're going to do here. So 1 wood and 2 sharp stones. Let's go ahead and craft that pickaxe. Alright, now that we've crafted a pickaxe, you'll see that some more stuff is unlocked here and stuff. Specifically, if we go into the build menu, you'll now see that we actually have a stone stockpile. So it's an easily accessible storage made specifically for any stone. Alright, so this is a way you can store stone. There's also one for wood, leaves, and several other things. But we'll get to that stuff as, we progress here. I don't know how far we're going to be able to get in this, but we're going to try and get as far as we can. So I better stop yapping and get to it. Now it wants us to follow the path up the mountain. So this bit here, I'm going to be honest, it should be pretty obvious. This is where the guide actually becomes somewhat good here and easy to follow. There's not much science involved, in trying to figure out what mountain they're talking and what path we should follow. They made it pretty clear in this case. Alright, so it's just the first bit there that they could improve the tutorial a little bit there for new players. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to equip this, and we can hit E there to equip it, or what we can do is we can assign it a hotkey. So I'm going to assign it to the number 2 there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open it here. And let's go ahead and break our way through this here. So if I left click, you'll see that that weird thing pops up, and there's that little yellow bit there. Basically, the idea of this is that you're building up momentum with every swing. And so you can, with that momentum, you'll be able to do more damage when you use it. And momentum is used for other things in this. As you can see, even when I don't have something, I can still technically keep it going there and, building up that momentum there. Alright, let's go down the dark, spooky, damp cave and see what happens. I'm sure it will be fine. Because, we made sure to turn hostile stuff off. Okay, we made it out alive. That's always a good step. Oh, look, here's the waterfall. Wow, we went up quite high there, quite quickly. So we're going to continue going up this solitary path up the mountain. Begin contemplating nature and life. What is the meaning? Maybe we'll even meet a wise man on top of the mountain who will reveal secrets of wisdom and teach us kung fu or some other form of martial arts. No, sadly, that's not in store for us. Instead, we get this really weird path, some really weird stones, a kind of cool, wind chime thing there. You got that disc that's just rotating there in the wind. But I feel like we are kind of off on the path of wisdom here. And in some sense, that is exactly what it is. Because we're going to arrive to this giant large disc here. Let's go ahead and learn what is the secret of the mountain. Well, I feel quite inspired after that. To be honest, I really do like that cutscene. They did a pretty good job here. And what's kind of neat is that you can hover over the stuff there and hear the different sounds again. Okay, enough of that. So basically, now it wants us to create a glider. That was actually an accent. And this pretty much kind of tells us what our goal is here and stuff from this point on. Really actually pay attention to this, because this is a hint. this will tell you what you need to do, alright? It's not exactly the most clear in some ways because, well, you'll see what I mean. So let's go ahead and hit B here to open up the build menu. We're going to go over here, and oh look, here it is, glider stand. And it's going to require 5 wood, so I hope you have 5 wood, because we're going to need it. So let's go ahead and place this glider stand down. Let's rotate it here so that, you know, it's facing forwards here. Alright, so we're going to place that down, and let's get out of the build menu. Now, when you go ahead and click on it there to use it, this is basically like your glider inventory. You can build multiple gliders with different styles and stuff. And that's what's really neat. You can actually stylize these gliders however you want. And there's all sorts of things you can do. You can change the patterns, the color scheme. Don't like this red, you know, one there? Well, let's go with black and kind of gold there. Or maybe I want black and red. You know, there's all sorts of stuff that, you know, is going to be able to be changed there. There's different shapes. Right now we only have access to this. And there's even different trails left behind by this. So, you know, maybe there's going to be a red, a white, and a blue there. So you can do, you know, some kind of American patriotic thing or a French patriotic thing or any other country that uses these colors. Because, you know, pretty much a lot of countries there. Anyways, the point is that, you know, there's different trails as well. But, oh, look at this. We need 2 wood and 2 of these leaf cloth sheets. It's a good thing we learned how to make those, so let's get out of here. Oh, look, a crafting table conveniently right here. Let's go ahead and create... Again, we can do it this way, or we can go into here and we can click this and we can hit that. Let's go ahead and craft 2 of these. There we go. As you can see, we've also learned about the leaf stockpile there. The leaf cloth stockpile, sorry. Bit of a mouthful. Alright, and we can go back here. Let's go ahead and create... I personally am going to go for kind of the red and gold, maybe. And we'll go with that for the pattern. Because that feels quite neat there. Yeah, let's go for the darker red there. And yeah, that's pretty much what we want to do. There's also upgrades that you can do later and stuff. But for now, let's just craft this. And then we can select over our different gliders here and stuff that we'll have in the future, create new ones. We can also go back in later on and modify them. So if I decide I don't want the red anymore, I want the black gold theme there, I can do that. Real easy enough. We can also look at the you know, upgrades there and stuff. But right now, these are the only things that we have available for it. And then you can hit apply and make the changes to it. If you hit E, you'll be able to equip it. Now it's equipped. It's got that green box on it there. And so let's go ahead and hit escape there to quit. One thing you might want to do is you might want to hold down B. You might want to just select anything, really. Then hold down right click and then left click there to remove it. You get your 5 wood back. I'm going to also remove this table here because we're going to need a table. We left ours down there at the bottom of the mountain, so we're going to take this one with us. And now we're actually able to use the glider and we're able to fly. So you might be thinking, well, okay, what next? Oh dear, I think I broke something in the process. Oh no, I'm still in the build menu. Okay, it's going to tell us, okay, explore the rest of the floating islands to find a way out of the archipelago. Archipelago, I should say. So there's actually multiple islands around here. You'll see that there's quite a few over off in that direction. There's one over there. And there's still some stuff to be found on this island, but we're following the tutorial here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So, be very careful here. First of all, make sure you actually have your glider on before you do this, because that would be quite foolish to jump off here without your glider. What you want to do is you want to just walk forward, and then hit space, and then you'll be able to control your pitch with W and S. If you want to get a boost there, go ahead and left click, and you can actually really boost yourself there with that. So see, we're actually moving quite fast. Alright, here's an island. Let's take a little look there. I don't see anything too useful there. So, oh, here's another island. Oh wow, look at that island. That island doesn't look like it's in very good shape there. That one, you know, kind of over there. So let's keep heading this way. We gotta be careful here of these kind of windy tornadoes. We want to avoid those. Let's go ahead and boost again there. And let's go ahead and land on this big island here. To slow down, you can hold right click, I think it is. Yeah, right click to slow down there. And let's just gently glide down here. You can actually, you know, really just glide really slowly right over land here. Alright, let's go ahead and just actually land. And there we go. We found another island. Let's go ahead and, you know, just take a quick gander around it here. See what we can see. As you can see, this here requires a different tool here to harvest these reeds. So that's actually a scythe. And I don't remember exactly how the scythe is made, so sorry about that, everyone. I think it's like 2 rocks, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, if you find yourself in a situation like this where, you know, can't exactly find my way, maybe I should check up there. Well, if you're quick about it... Oh, there we go. You can get yourself airborne like that. And we can, you know, take a nice slow tour of the island this way. Now, doing this at night is not the best approach, probably, but beggars can't really be choosers here in this. We could find a bed to sleep on, I suppose, but yeah. Maybe we should have done that before we left. Okay, so here's something of interest. If you go to this part here, I don't know if this is what we're looking for or not, because this is the part where things get a little bit fuzzy for me with the tutorial here. But we got this weird structure here. I'd say that's a good point in the right direction. And it's making noise. That's usually a good sign, right? Again, we're not going to interact with chests because that will destroy, you know, break the tutorial here. Let's go ahead and hop up here. We were brought into this world to tame it, and tame it we did. So let's go ahead and learn here. And right there, that taught us a ship part, or well, kind of not really a ship in some ways. So we've learned the first thing there, kinda, in terms of building stuff here, such as a ship and whatnot. You know, so that's kind of the first step in it. But there's more to be discovered. And that's exactly what you want to set out to do here. Okay, here it is. I believe I found it. The next piece in the puzzle there of learning how to fly an island. Let us see if we've covered our ancient knowledge. And there it is. We have unlocked a helm. We have a helm, everyone. Now, actually, the way I found this, I happened to be flying overhead, and I happened to hear the noise of something calling. It was actually for something else, but I ended up finding this while flying overhead, so there you go. I'm not sure what the proper way to get in here is. I guess it looks like there's multiple ways, multiple paths. So yeah, to look for either a hole there or a path. You know, paths usually lead somewhere. I don't know how I missed this, because this is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is where I landed the first time. So somehow I missed that cave system or made a wrong turn there. But yeah, there you have it. That now we've completed the quote, you know, getting started tutorial thing there. Everything else is pretty much left up to you at this point. And you know, I've got kind of the major basic things that you need there. A leaf floater sail, incline sail used to lift an island, and then of course a rudder, and then the helm itself. So that's kind of, you know, your basics there for your sailing of your island, I guess. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time in this video to probably get into that there. But, you know, I think this is I got pretty much what I wanted to accomplish in this video for you to see. So if that doesn't at all have you interested in this game, well, then I guess this game's not for you, and that's alright. But if you are interested in this game, you know, check out the description. There's a link to the Steam store page for it where you can wishlist the game. Let me know what you think about the game, and while you're at it, consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button there. That would mean a lot to me, you know, as a thanks for this video. Have a great day, everyone, and remember to check out Aloft. I feel like it should be a float for some reason. Check out Aloft as in the demo as part of the Steam Next Fest. Have a great day.